Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Hannah and I run a small crochet business called A Guardian Stitch. Now if you notice, I did change my business name. Been thinking about it for a while and I feel like this one fits my personality the best. So that's why. That's why that's there. Today I have a pretty exciting video. So I had a plan this year to read more books. And I joined a book club, and it's a romance book club. I love romance books, they're my favorite. And I had the idea to crochet a granny square that was themed the cover of the book. And at the end of the year, hopefully I'll have enough granny squares or read enough books that I can make a little blanket or something like that. So that is my idea, and I thought I would make a series on it while I sit here. I talk about the book, I talk about my feelings for it, and I talk about whatever I want to, essentially. So sit down, grab a drink, a snack, cozy up, grab a whip, and sit here, listen to me yap about a book. Okay, so the first book that we read this year for the book club is called From Blood to Ash. And I loved this book. Okay, I won't get it. Okay, just give me a second. First off, let's discuss the colors. So as you can see, I'll put up the book here. It's got some very, very dark grays, reds, and so my color palette here, I have these colors that I'd chosen. I'm not quite sure about this one yet. It's a little bright for me. I also have this green that I thought might go well with it, so looking at it now, I think that's probably what I'm gonna go with. That red is really bright. Okay, I'm using a 5mm hook here. That's what we were working with. It does look like the cover has a brighter red, so I might stick with just the bright red instead of doing both. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so starting out, what I think I want to do is I actually want to start with probably the black. I'm going to make a magic circle, do my chain 3, and get started. So, initial thoughts from this book. Okay, little backstory. I don't read. I haven't read for a long time. I always struggled reading growing up, and I had a really hard time getting into books. There were a couple books that, like, once I got into it, I was like, oh yeah, this is great, I loved it. And I couldn't put it down. But as I got older, as I grew to an adult, I stopped reading. And I don't like that. I don't like that. I really want to read. Because I do enjoy it. I do reading. I do really enjoy reading books, but I always stop myself because I'm daunted by how big it is, or how big the series is, or whatever the reasoning. I always stopped myself. So I have the 4 corners done. I'm going to cut it off here, actually, and change colors. I was saying that I don't read all that often. So one of my goals this year was to read more. I really, really want to read more. This was one of the first books I started with. I have another one that I will also be doing a review on, so keep an eye out for that video. Okay, my initial thoughts. I listened to the book on Audible, first of all. The voice actress was incredible. I loved listening to it. What ended up happening, this is kind of funny, I listened to like the first chapter one night and I was like, okay, yeah, I can get into this. And then a few days flew by and everyone was finishing the book and I was like, I have to finish it. So I get it out one day and all I do is listen to the book. I finished it that day. Whenever I listen to Audible, or whenever I listen to audiobooks, I always have it on like 1.5 speed, or like 1.5 speed, whatever. I think that definitely helped me listen to it in one day. Should I have listened to it in one day? Maybe not. Was it worth it? Oh yeah. It was so good. Guys, it was so good. I really like the way she sets things up. Like each chapter, like you're coming back for more. Like she sets things up so well in this book. I love the world that she has described. I feel so immersed in it, and I love the first chapter is spicy, but not like crazy spicy though. Like it's not super spicy. It's just a little bit. She sprinkled it in there, okay? And I love that. I absolutely loved it. It was so good. It makes you meet the characters really before you know what's gonna happen. Again, I love the way she sets up the story. Like she'll introduce these little things at a time, and then over the course of the book, you realize why she is doing that, why this person is setting it up this way. And I absolutely love that. The way she also describes things is really well done. I feel like I wasn't bored reading this book at all. Like this, it kept me enthralled every single chapter. Like it did a great job of keeping you hooked. And I couldn't put it down. I listened to it in one day. I don't usually do that. I could not put this book down. And so yeah, we kind of move on from the first chapter, and I'm trying to explain the book without setting a whole lot of spoilers, because if you haven't read this book, go read it right now. As we move through the story, you notice little snippets of things, okay? Now you're like, oh, okay, you know, those things are there, I guess. But they don't really seem all that important. It all comes together at the end of the book. At the same time, though, the book ends with a cliffhanger. Okay? A huge cliffhanger. Oh my heck. And I want to buy the second book like right now and read it right now. By the way, if you haven't noticed, this video is not scripted whatsoever. I'm just sitting here babbling. Okay? This is what the square is looking like so far. There's a little pop of green. This is the gray, black, and then the gray. I think I'm going to do red now. But what I might do is I might do kind of the same thing I did with the green. I might do a little, do I want to do that? I think I will. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to do a little border with this really dark red. And I kind of just want to go around it. Let's see. I'm going to go on this side of it. Okay, I'm going to talk about the book If you haven't read it yet, go read it. I will be talking spoilers. I've decided. Okay, as soon as he becomes her guard, I'm like, yes, yes, yes. I knew this was gonna happen. I knew you can tell the way she sets things up. You're like, it's gotta happen this way. Like, or I'm gonna be mad. And then it happens that way, and then you're like, yes. It's so satisfactory. And immediately, as soon as he becomes the guard, I love this dude. And the tension, oh, I can't even. I can't even. I also love the main character. She is a badass. I love her so much. Love the rebellious aspect in a way that she's stubborn and she keeps on being that way, and he gets frustrated. in a cute way, though. Like, not in a weird way, in a cute way. He gets frustrated. It talks a lot about religion and a lot about fulfilling prophecies. It talks a lot about trigger warning. It does have abuse aspects in the book. So the lord who is providing, or the prince who's providing over her, is abusive whenever she is in any way out of line, or even not out of line. He is very, very abusive towards her. And as soon as he finds out, the personal guard finds out, yeah, he takes care of it, we'll say the least. Shit happens, dude. It gets so intense, so fast. And it has these parts where you're like, oh my gosh, I'm loving this. Like, everything's good, everything's going well, and then all of the sudden, shit goes wild. She loses a lot of family, and she has to go away to be ascended, essentially. And on the way, they stop at a town, and they realize something. Okay? Well, guess what? He's actually the enemy the whole time, okay? I had a feeling that this might happen. I had a feeling. And I know why. Because the author is amazing, and she threw those little snippets in there. Okay? She's amazing. It's so, heartbreaking. Because you can really, really feel the main character's pain. Like, you can really, really feel the betrayal and the pain that comes with what happens. Especially after some spicy scenes. You're like, oh my heck. You feel it on your heart. And it's so conflicting. And it's supposed to be. It ends in such a way that you're just shocked. Dang it, I need more. I need more! Just go read the book. Just go read the book right now. I don't care what you're doing. Go find it wherever you can and go read the damn book. It is so, so good. And you could probably tell by now, I am not an English professor. I don't write. I didn't take physical notes while listening to the book, which I will probably start doing if I want to continue this series, because I feel like I'm kind of all over the place with the book. But I think it's just fun to talk about it. It's a great book. It really is. And there are some amazing spacey scenes in there. Like, I thoroughly enjoyed it. At the same time, the storyline and the plot is incredible. The characters you just love or hate. You can really immerse yourself in this book very easily. Okay. I have I've got this much done, and I think I'm liking it. You can see the little pops of green and dark red, which I like. I think I want to go a little bigger. I think I want them to be pretty good sized. I think I might go with the gray. Let me know in the comments if you guys are currently reading a book. Let me know what it is. Let me know if you have any book recommendations for me. I'm currently reading ACOTAR. I finished the first book. There will be a video on that one soon. And I'm on the second book. I've heard really good things about the second book and like the third book. But so far the second book is super good. I'm already enjoying it a lot. So, yeah, let me know if you have any recommendations. I changed my mind. I think I want to do a layer of green around it, just to kind of like break it up. I am freehanding these granny squares. I'm kind of just going with the flow. I really don't have like a pattern in mind. I'm, going off of a rough granny square, but I'm adding things to it to make it more interesting. I'm kind of going with my gut here. I don't really have a set plan. I just have like a few colors that I like for it, and that's kind of what we're going with. Okay, what are we feeling? Do we like it? I think I do. I would give this book like 5 out of 5 stars. Genuinely, I loved it. There weren't parts of it that like bugged me or irked me in any way, especially in like the writing. Like, there weren't parts where she drug it out too long, or, I felt like she did a really good job keeping you immersed, but at the same time paying attention to little details. There's a really good balance there with this book. So, plus, it's like a 5-book series. So, be ready to buy the next book if you buy the first one and finish it, alright? There's a warning I'll give you. Be ready to buy the next book. 'Cause holy cow. That cliffhanger at the end is crazy. It's cray cray. I'm gonna have so many ends to weave in. That's not gonna be fun. This is what it's looking like so far. I think I do like it, but I really did want the granny squares to be interesting, so I'm hoping this blanket will be pretty cool. And if I don't have enough for a blanket, I thought about making it into like a cardigan as well. So we'll just have to see how many books I read. I'm hoping to read a good amount of books. I have a goal to read a whole series, and I haven't done that for years, so I'm hoping I can get that done. And plus, this gives me more content ideas. Let me know if you guys like stuff like this, content like this. where you just kind of sit down and chill. You can listen to me while you do your dishes or crochet, or while you're walking around the house making a snack. I know a lot of people, including me, will listen to YouTube videos as just background noise while they eat. Let me know what you're currently eating. I want to know. I had Dr. Pepper for breakfast, and I had a Nutella sandwich for breakfast. So, I'm going to do one more. I'm going to do it with the black. I'm going to try and make some big corners. Anyway, if you have read the book, let me know what you think about it in the comments below. I would love to start like a little discussion about it. Let me know your thoughts on certain things. Let me know if you disagree with me on different parts, or if you agree with me on different parts of the book. As someone who doesn't usually read a lot of books, it's a great book. And it really keeps you entertained. And I think that's so important. And these are just my opinions on reading. So, take it with a grain of salt. But also, sorry for not getting a video out last week. I've been trying to post weekly, but my family came down with strep. So I had it, and then I got an ear infection, and now my husband has strep, so we're just kind of surviving. I had no energy to even crochet last week to get out a video, so that's why that didn't happen. But I'm hoping to start back up again, especially with content like this. I do have a market on the 31st, so you will probably also see some videos prepping for that. I'm pretty excited. I'm hoping to make some more content surrounding that. I'm excited for my first market of 2025. I'm liking the way it looks. It feels like the theme of the book. But this is just kind of a fun project on the side. I think it's good to have fun projects, especially if you have a hobby that's a business. I think it's very important to have something that you're doing that's just for you, to keep it exciting. Okay. Here is the granny square. So I started with black, a little bit of green and grays, and just that one pop of red. I really like it. I really like this granny square. I think it fits the book very well. I like the little touches of color that just kind of add to it. I think it makes the granny square a bit more interesting. I did some big corners. So, thank you so much for listening to me yap on and on about this book that I just read and crocheting with me. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm excited to keep going with this series, and I hope that you'll join me. Please like and subscribe if you want to see more content from me, and follow my social medias down below. That is where you can find other projects that I'm doing, little updates on life, YouTube channel, markets. So yeah, go follow the social medias and you'll get a little bit more exclusive content. So yeah, thank you so much for sitting here listening to me yap once again. I appreciate your presence, and I hope you have a wonderful day.